Hey everyone, Josh Baldwin here with Vegan Fit. So I'm making a couple recipe videos for you guys today, and I have a little bit of downtime, and I wanted to talk a little bit about Dr. Michael Greger's TED Talk. Now, if you don't know who Dr. Michael Greger is, definitely check out his channel. I'll have a link down in the description, and his nonprofit website, nutritionfacts.org, for tons of information on different food nutrition. He has one of the only channels that I subscribe to on YouTube because he gives so much valuable information. Every single day, basically, he puts up a new video with a deep dive into the research. It could be about cancer, heart disease, menopause, whatever the subject matter is. He appears to be going into it with little to no bias, and by the end of the video, he really informs you and tells you all about the research that has been done on the subject so that you know pretty much as anyone could know. But anyway, on to the TED Talk. I highly recommend you guys check this out. Definitely show it to your non-vegan friends because it approaches everything from a health perspective. Obviously, I care a lot about the animals. I think Dr. Greger does as well, and I care about the environment. But one of the things that moves people the most is just their own personal well-being. So he starts off the entire TED Talk basically talking about his grandmother, who was written off by doctors, told that she had really no chance left, and by just switching her diet to a vegan diet, she lived another 31 years.
Frances Greger, my grandmother, arrived in a wheelchair. Mrs. Greger had heart disease, angina, claudication. Her condition so bad, she could no longer walk without great pain in her chest and legs. Within 3 weeks, though, she was not only out of her wheelchair, she was walking 10 miles a day.
After that story, he dives right into the data and starts off talking about how these different groups of Africans who, whether it's by chance, by location, or necessity, they simply don't have access to meat and dairy, so they live a plant-based diet. And he basically compares the studies of their heart health to the average Americans.
In the African population of Uganda, for example, coronary artery disease was almost non-existent. Wait a second, our number one killer, almost non-existent. What were they eating? Well, they're eating lots of vegetables and grains and greens, and their protein almost entirely from plant sources. And they had the cholesterol levels to prove it, very similar to what one sees in kind of modern day plant eaters.
The most surprising thing about this is how healthy their hearts are at age 40 or 50, even compared to a 10-year-old in the US, because that 10-year-old is eating meat and dairy.
If there's anyone here today older than age 10, then the question isn't whether or not to eat healthy to prevent heart disease, it's whether you want to reverse the heart disease you likely already have, whether you know it or not.
He then spends the next 15 minutes just laying out all of the science to show just how easy it is to fix these heart health issues.
As soon as people stopped eating artery clogging diets, their bodies were able to start dissolving some of that plaque away, opening up arteries without drugs, without surgery, suggesting their bodies wanted to be healthy all along, but were just never given the chance. That remarkable improvement in blood flow to the heart muscle itself was after just 3 weeks of plant-based nutrition.
The studies that he cites in the video show that if you simply stop eating these artery-clogging foods, the body can miraculously unclog the arteries all on its own.
Now, normally I'd go on to cancer, talk about the other 15 leading causes of death, talk about the role diet may play in preventing, arresting, or reversing each of our top 15 killers, but what more do you need to know? There's only one diet ever been proven to reverse heart disease in the majority of patients, a plant-based diet. So anytime someone tries to sell you on some new diet, do me a favor, ask them one simple question. What are you saying? Has this diet been proven to reverse heart disease? You know, number one reason me and all my loved ones will die? I mean, the answer is no. Why would you even consider it?
He points out that veganism can cure many other types of diseases, but if it can cure the number one killer of humans, shouldn't that be the default diet? He also spends about 7 or 8 minutes displaying the similarities between the smoking phenomenon of the 50s and 60s and the meat and dairy industry today.
You know, back then, even the paleo folks were smoking. And so were the doctors.
He talks about this because most doctors today still don't recommend a plant-based diet. Just like not that long ago, doctors actually told their patients that smoking was good for them.
who would want to give their throat a vacation? Not a single case of throat irritation. How could there be when cigarettes are just as pure as the water you drink? All right, well, let's fast forward 55 years. You know, there's a new Adventist study out of California warning Americans about something else they may be putting in their mouths. Of course, it's not just one study, put all the studies together. Mortality from all causes put together, many of our dreaded diseases significantly lower among those eating more plant-based diets. So, instead of someone going along with America's smoking habits in the 50s, imagine you or someone you know going along with America's eating habits today. What do you do? I mean, with access to the science, you realize the best available balance of evidence suggests your eating habits are not so good for you. So do you change? Or do you wait? If you wait until your doctor tells you between bites to change, it could be too late.
So do us all a favor and go vegan. Do the research though, look into it. You'll see that it is the right thing for you. To be honest, I don't really care that much if you want to kill yourself by eating meat and dairy, but if you do go vegan, which is what I'm hoping you'll do and what Dr. Greger hopes you'll do, by saving yourself, you'll also be saving the planet, saving the animals, and actually saving all of us a ton of money in healthcare costs. So definitely check out Dr. Greger's channel, check out his TED Talk. I think you'll really enjoy it and appreciate it like I do. Please hit the like button down below, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys at the next video.
Shut down.